What's up, YouTube? Top Tactic Fishing here. Welcome to another episode. The purpose of today's video is that I'm going to be showing you an all-purpose bait, carp bait that is, an all-purpose pack bait for carp that is very effective, that you can use for method feeder, for PVA bags, or even as a hook bait. It's really effective, does catch carp, and multi-purpose bait here. So I'm going to show you how to make it, so stay tuned. Alright guys, so this is a bait that I normally use for catching carp, and I've used it for method feeder, I've used it as a hook bait, and I've even used it as a for PVA bag. So first thing you're going to need is that you're going to need one of these Quaker oats. This is a 2-pound bottle here, or jar that is, 42 ounces. So this is the first thing that you need to put in there. Okay, we're going to dump it all into a bucket of any kind. Okay, and then you want to use about 1 cup to 2 cups of grits. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of dab it in there. Okay, and then you're going to want to use about 1 to 2 cups of panko breadcrumbs, plain flavor. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Just kind of dab it in there a little bit. All right. Once you have those 3 ingredients in, you then want to use a can of cream style corn. Any brand is fine as long as it's cream style. So once you open your can, you're then going to dump the whole thing in there, just like that. And then you're going to use 1 can of whole kernel corn. All right, so once you open your can of corn, you can dump the whole thing in here, just like that. And then the last ingredient you're going to use is a jello packet, any flavor of your choosing. I like to use strawberry. Okay, there's also a bigger size you can use. There's a 3 ounce and there's a 6 ounce. For this video, we're just going to be using the 3 ounce. You're going to dump the whole thing in there. All right, you're just going to mix it all in there. You're going to mix it enough where all the ingredients are mixed. Make sure all of the grits and the panko are mixed in there. Make sure all of the Quaker oats are mixed in with the juices of the corn and of the jello packet, making sure everything looks somewhat red. Okay, you want no white in here. If you see white, that means it hasn't been touched by any of the other stuff. All right, so I'm going to show you with this pack bait how it goes on the method feeder, essentially. As you've seen in my videos a dozen times or more. So you need a method feeder for this, and this is the pack bait that goes right around it. You're just going to mold it on there. Okay, that's how the pack bait goes around your method feeder. You can cover all the way up if you want, but I'm not going to do it for this video, but you get the idea. And then if it starts to dry out, you can add corn juice or water from the swim that you're fishing, just to kind of keep it moist, and that way it'll stick onto your method feeder. So that's how that goes there. All right, so now I'm going to show you how this pack bait works on a PVA bag. So I'm first going to just tie off the bottom. Alright, cut the tail end off. As you can see in one of my videos, how to use the PVA bag. I do have that video showed up top there. I'm just going to put some of the pack bait in there. This is the same stuff we used for the method feeder. You can add water, you can add corn juice in here to make it more moist, but if you have it too moist, you will not, it'll break the bag essentially. As you can see, it's not breaking the bag, so it's not too moist. And then you just push this bag all the way out. And that's essentially it. All right, so that's how the PVA bag works. Just like that. As you can see, good pack bait for the bag, nice and tight. Also good for the method feeder. And the one good thing about this bait is that you can keep your method feeder onto your line as a weight, and then you can just put this onto the hook, essentially. Just like that. And then when you're done with this bag, you can just go right and just put bait onto the method feeder. So this bag will dissolve in the water, and the particles will break apart and surround a little and make a little chum bed around your hook bait. And then if you want to use your pack bait as a hook bait, you're literally just going to mold up into a ball and just put it right onto your hook and then cast it out. So the carp will eat that as well. But that's the purpose of today's video. I hope you like this bait. I hope it works out for you. As you can see, it can be used for 3 different ways: method feeder, PVA bag, and as a simple hook bait, just right onto the hook there. So I hope you learned a little bit. This is my favorite kind of pack bait recipe that I like to use, but of course there's so many different types. So I just wanted to give you, just share some of the stuff that I've learned along the way and what works for me. I appreciate you watching this video, and we'll see you next time on Top Tactic.